Good afternoon. Here we are at Solar Innovations. We are proceeding with our healthy garden that we had touched on earlier, and we showed you how to design it, how to lay it out with your soils and stuff, etc. We got our seeds planted and growing, and all the herbs you see here are grown from seeds except for our two mints. We will be experimenting with a lot of them and showing you different methods of drying and using these as we go along. We have basil over here, which is a very good herb for growing. It's used in your soups and salads and stuff, etc. Parsley we grew. We grew chives in here, which are all great for fresh salads, mixing up with soups, vegetables and stuff when you're making roasts and all. We do have a peppermint that we just have started. A few of our mints you'll see we have grown in terracotta pots. Our reason for the terracotta pots on our mints is because they get vigorous root systems, and we don't want them to expand over into our different herbs in our garden. And our boards and our bottom base will help a lot from them going that way, but we feel we can better contain them by using the clay pots, and also helps a lot with the watering and the temperature control of the roots. We have rosemary, which is just starting to come up from seeds in this here area here. We have orange mint right there, which is used in a lot of teas and aroma scents. Then we come over, we have a pineapple mint that is excellent in doing like a green tea also, so that there is, we mix that in when we dry regular tea leaves and make tea from tea plants. We add that in for the flavoring. And also on chilled drinks, we add that. Most of your mints can be used, and your herbs can be used for garnishing as well. So whatever your preference is for the day, that's what you do. We have a little bit of stevia started here. Stevia is a natural sweetening which grows, and we'll be harvesting the leaves of that and grinding them up. Stevia is a natural sugar, and it's basically 10 times sweeter than what sugar is if used properly. We have an anise growing. Anise is great for stress relief, so we grow that there, and it's also a great aroma to give the licorice smell or the licorice taste in some of your drinks. Summer savory we have seeded. It isn't up yet, it's just starting, as we can see here. And summer savory is great spice to be used in your meats as well. We have cilantro here, which is also called coriander. This can be used in fresh salads and eating directly the way it is. But a lot of people, what they do is they leave their cilantro grow till it becomes a flower. And when it becomes a flower, it gets very tiny little round balls on it. And when dried properly, which we will address that issue in our drying program, when dried properly, it comes out, and you grind the little balls up in a food processor, etc. But it's used like in your sausage making, like a seasoning on your hamburger, seasonings on your roast, stuff like that there. And a lot of people go to use the seeds once their plants get so tall, and they're not used very much for eating of the leaf itself. And then we have thyme, which is very good for us as far as helping also to relax, and it's used in some of our drinks that are more cold than warm drinks, but it is also a great herb to be used in stews. We go over to lemon balm. A lot of lemon balm here in the middle, we have that growing. Lemon balm, actually when it rains or you water it and you rub your hands through it, it smells like the lemon pledge that you use on your thing. But lemon balm is also used in the teas and in different garnishes, and also with fish. A lot of people will use lemon balm when they do certain fish meals, and also use wine in it. Sage is grown here. Sage is a stemmier herb, and it grows very vigorous, but most of the flavor from your sage comes from your oils out of your stem once it starts drying. Some people will dry it on the stem, some people will dry it on the leaf with no stems. Catnip we do grow. People look at it and say, well, that's an herb for your Yes, it is an herb for your cats, but it also is an herb for your nervous system when mixed properly with some of the other herbs we have in here. We are growing a little bit of sweet marjoram. Sweet marjoram is best when you harvest the bigger leaves and oven dry them, because more of the flavor stays in the bigger leaves for some reason with the marjoram herb, which is also used in stews and also like in a lot of your potato dishes, your fillings and stuff like that there. That's where people will throw a little bit of sweet marjoram in to give it like an off-country taste. And dill, of course, is an herb that is just starting to come for us. We reseeded that because our first batch of seeds, I don't think we had our temperature or germination temperature proper on that, but we do at this point. And dill is used when you make a lot of your fresh pickles and different herbs that require an Italian flavor. Basically, people will chop small amounts of dill into their sauces when they're using basil and parsley, etc., to give their spaghetti flavors just a little bit of a twist. And dill, it's a very easy herb to grow outside as well as inside, 3 to 4 foot tall. And a lot of people use the dill stems in their pickling more than what they use the dill leaves. For the simple factor, when dill is dried, the essential oils inside it are in the bigger stems. So the bigger the stem of your dill, sure, it's harder and to chop up and to dry, but it is carrying the most flavor from that plant. And then on the end here we have a salad mixed with different types of salads. Lettuce is coming, chard and stuff like that there, that we'll be able just to come over and pick our leaves and stuff, etc. off of this, and hopefully be able to make a fresh salad from what we have here on the bench in weeks to come.